Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage, and look at all the room for activities we've got in here. I mean, there's hardly anything in here, only pan around. We got the buggy over there, we got the lift opened up, we got this bay opened up, and the only thing I have in here is a couple engines. Got a small block over here, got a big block over here, but we don't have any cars because Paul the painter has our cars. Oh my God, talk about being in body shop jail for eons. Oh my gosh. Paul, please give us a car. We want something to build. But anyway, it's been really cold here in Cleveland, Ohio. Let me tell you, I think we've had 19 consecutive days of below freezing. I heard on the weather report that ties a record from 1897 and 1899. I think our biggest record, and I remember this well because I was in school, was 77, 78. We had 38 days of below freezing, and man, we had a ton of snow that year too. And we got a good amount of snow out here. I mean, it's piled up to here when I look out the window. But anyway, I'm blabbering on. Today we're going to work on the big block here. I've got another accessory that Mike dug up from the Summit scratch and dent sale. So I'll show you that. But mainly we've got the heads back from our machinist, Mike Cole. It looks like he did a fantastic job. And let me show you what we were dealing with here. When we bought the car, we got the engine with it, but it was basically all apart, and it had a cracked valve spring. So there's the valve spring that came out of the engine. We had Mike put on a whole new set of valve springs, and we had him do a 3-angle valve job on the heads. The previous owner had raced this car quite a bit. The setup was a 396 with a turbo 400. I can't remember what he was running, but I'll post a picture of the car in race condition. And that he was one of the owners of a drag strip down in Tennessee. That's where we got the car a few years back. But the car's running and we can drive it around, but I've got it stripped down to go to Paul the painter. If he can ever get us a car back here, we're going to take that 67 over there, and it's going to get painted in Marina Blue, which was the original color. We're going to make that car back to all original, which takes us back to what the project today, which is the 1967 block and engine for that car. Original numbers matching engine. So we've got some heads to put on there today. I've got got some Velcro head gaskets to put on, and we've got. I went ahead and you might have seen one of my shorts. I went ahead and went to APT and got the exhaust manifolds coated. So we'll unveil those today. So hey, let's get to work. Stop drinking coffee and get to work. Right, Mike? Here we go. All right, so now we're ready to put the head onto the engine block, and what I'm using today is it's a Felpro 8180 PT2. So that's for the 396 block here. If I was using it says there are 2 series of coolant configurations for the 427 and 454 engines. Only use the head gasket 8523 PT for those engine blocks. And they're talking about the extra coolant holes down through there. So, I don't have that situation here. So these are pretty easy to put on. You've got a couple of tabs here to hold them in place. And I've went ahead and I've cleaned this all down. I've re-tapped all my head bolt heads and then cleaned them out again, and then went ahead and put a little oil down into all those again. Then I cleaned them again. I mean, I went crazy on cleaning these things. And then what I did was I took some 30 weight oil and I coated the inside of these cylinder bores really good, because I don't know when I'm going to get back to this engine. It's probably going to be sitting in a bag for a long time, and I don't want any corrosion to start up on there. So like I say, I went ahead and coated that with some 30 weight oil, and then I re-cleaned the surface here and then applied the head gasket there. So I think I'm all set. Let's see. I've checked to make sure everything's made it up right. All the holes line up. And don't forget, on bolts that go through the cooling passage, we're gonna put, I don't have it here. We're gonna put some sealant on those, so you know, the coolant doesn't ooze back through the heads there. And then the bolts that aren't in there, we will put some oil on. You know what? I just put coolant. I put that coolant stuff on everything and just send it home, because I figure it can't hurt that way. And then we'll torque this down and we'll go over that. But anyway, hey, I'm just an idiot. Don't do what I do. Not a professional engine builder, but I've built enough of these that we know what's going on now. I'm gonna go grab the head and put it on here. So you're gonna watch my weak butt deal with this. I ran this bolt up and down all the holes just to make sure I was okay. These are pretty cool bolts. I don't know if you can see this. They got the original head mark on there. I bought those brand new from Parts Place. I hate reusing bolts. I'm always afraid that on heads they're going to get stretched. So I know I'm blah blah blah, and I'm trying to avoid picking this up. All right, we're using a Permatex thread sealant with PTFE 80632. This is a non-hardening, and it's made for threads. This isn't a pipe sealant. It's made for thread. It's made for just this situation. All right, so it's kind of gooey, and we're gonna put some on the threads here. All right, just gonna get it on the end of the threads here. Already got too much on there, just right. All right, I got my gloves on because I'm probably gonna take my finger and use it. All right, so we got a little on the end there. We're gonna zip it down in there, and then we're gonna run these down. But like I say, first I'm just gonna get these. I'm gonna get all these, some goop on these, and get them started, and then we'll run them down, and then we'll come back and torque them. Okay? You staying with me, kids? Hey, I hope you enjoy me watching me work out here. This is Mike's garage. I don't know if I tell everybody that every once in a while. This is Meldrum's Monster Garage, but I'm working over here for Mike, doing all his little projects. Occasionally we do projects at my house too, but this certainly is nice. It's cold outside, and you know, we're able to work out here in the garage. Hey, shout out to Chuck Hansen. Chuck, I was watching a video of yours yesterday, and you were building a LS motor with the Dominator series computer. Now, I haven't shown you guys this yet, but I have been working on an LS motor on the garage across the street. And eventually I'm going to publish these videos. But Chuck, you are a lot of help on helping me figure out how to do all the connectors and plug the engine in. And I've shot videos over there on how to do this, but you know, it was nice. He probably made the video several years ago. He looked a lot younger in the video. Chuck, I hope you're doing good. I saw a post a while back. You were working on a Camaro, and hopefully, you know, I'm supposed to be working on a 68 Camaro out here. So hopefully you can make some more videos. I really enjoy your stuff. And of course, Chuck Hansen was the president of our Chevelle club called Aces back in the day. And Aces, after Chuck retired, the club kind of fell apart, but he's still in our hearts, and he still helps us out with Chevelle projects. And it's always nice that, I know I could pick up a phone and call him and thank him, but hey, why not thank him on, in front of everybody on my channel, you 3,500 subscribers. Thank you. We just reached 3,500 subscribers. So don't forget, hit like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. So I appreciate it. I'm retired now, retired mechanical engineer, and I'm out here working in the garage every day and having a lot of fun. So help me out. It keeps my fundage going a little bit. So, all right, let me get back at all these bolts, and I'll come back to you shortly. I wanted to show you what a nice job Mike Cole did on machining these up. Like I say, it's got new valves and a 3-angle valve job there. So very nice. I even noticed he put his initials. It's not his initials. It's PC. And then he's got M.010. I'm not sure what that means, but he went ahead and put that down there. If anybody knows what that means, I think PC is for his company, and then how much he milled this. So interesting. And then he noticed also he glued a little, I think this is, hang on here, let me get this down. Whew, dang, grab me. I think this is to monitor temperature to make sure we don't overheat these heads. And then I was missing one of these valve guides, so he went ahead and found me a new valve guide and put that on there. So very good. It looks like a very nice machining job. So let's get her back over on this head here, or on the engine. Here we go again. All right, now you can watch me struggle from this angle. So once again, these things are so freaking hard to deal in here. Oh, see if I can do a little better job this time. I'm nailing this on here right away. There we go. That one I was like a professional putting it on there, wasn't I? So just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, I'm gonna I'm gonna screw a bolt down in there real quick so I feel comfortable letting go. All right, there we go. It's on there. Now we'll get the rest of the bolts in here. All right, let's get them goobered up here, put in here, and then I gotta run across the street because I left my torque wrench over there. Been working on this special project over there. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did make sure that the engine was at top dead center. So top dead center, I've got the timing mark here. I know I'm at top dead center because right after the intake valve closes, then we start going up for top dead center, #1 firing position. So I got that piston all the way up. So I'm gonna leave the engine set there for now before we get all the rest of the lifters in there. And I wanna talk about lifters too, because a lot of guys have failures with lifters. So we're gonna talk about that in the near future. And what I'm doing here at Meldrum's Monster Garage to kind of prevent us from having lifter failure. So, or camshaft failure. All right, here we go. Let me get these bolts. All right, now we've got our torque handy dandy snap-on torque wrench. I've got it set to 25 foot-pounds. So we're gonna start in the middle and we're gonna work our way out. We're gonna spiral our way out to the ends. Okay, so it's, you don't have to, you could go get the manual and look and see 1, 2, 3, 4. But what you need to do is just start in the middle, and then you're going to keep going in a circular pattern until you get to the outside. It's pretty darn easy. So I've got all these snug down, and I'm starting in the middle of the head here, and I probably already got it at, no, I guess I don't. Okay, 25 foot-pounds, because I just snugged them up. and we're going to work our way around. So should be pretty easy, but I'm not going to waste a bunch of your time watching me do this. So I'll come back when I'm close to the final sequence. All right, here we go. We're going to set this up to 40 or 65. I was at 45. You know, this is a cool torque wrench because it also can do angles too. So you got those LS motors you're putting together, and you got to torque to a certain angle. You torque, it'll tell you that too. But we'll go ahead and torque this up to 65. So far it's been going good, no complaints here. And we'll be right back after this scheduled message. Well, did you ever hear that phrase, stuff happens? Well, it happened to me. Got on the very last bolt here and it stripped out. So, you know, I'm torquing it down. We got 45 foot-pounds, no problem. Went to go to the final torque and ploop, I started feeling sick to my stomach. So we're going to have to put a helicoil or something in here. I got to go look in my bag of tricks. I'll be right back. All right, now the fun begins, because what you're going to have to do is put one of these. They're called the helicoil. It's a helicoil. Fortunately, as a mechanical engineer, I worked with a lot of machinists, and I did a lot of machining myself during my career. So I have a few of these things laying around the garage. So I went home and grabbed my little helicoil kit. Now this is a 7/16, 14th thread here. So the repair kit calls for this helicoil. So the first thing you need to do is drill out 29/64 hole, and then you're going to use the special tap that comes with the helicoil system. So I'm going to tap this out, and I've got grease on my tap. So I'm going to do this very carefully. So we're going to tap this down, and I've already drilled my hole out. Why does the air compressor always have to come on when you're trying to tape something? I'm going to get some new microphones. I'm going to get some lapel microphones, and as soon as I can afford it. But anyway, until then, I'll just speak loudly, because that's what I did when I was working. I talked loudly so people heard me. Anyway, let me tap this out here. So, and I've got grease on my tap, and I'm gonna you know, tap this in a little bit, and then I'm gonna go backwards a little bit, and I'll make sure that this is going nice and smoothly. All right. So going backwards, you're threading your hole and you're creating a chip, and then you go backwards to break your chip off so that you can keep going forward. So you're going forward a little bit, and then you're going backwards. All right, so that's nice and easy here. It's going straight in. I mean, Helicoil makes a good system. I used to use this a lot because we made a lot of fixtures out of aluminum when I was working, and especially in aerospace. And we were always losing some threads because we're using aluminum fixtures because they're nice and lightweight and high strength. So there you go. All right, so you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but it caught, that grease caught all the extra metal shavings that I had there. So we're gonna wipe that grease off and make sure I got, it's nice and clean there. I'm gonna shoot some brake cleaner down in the hole just to make sure. Of course the can is empty. That's the way it always is. You blow it out. Air compressor will probably come back on. All right, so got that done. Now we're gonna load up our helicoil and our tool. All right, these are made out of plastic, and we're simply gonna thread this in until it bottoms out. And you see that little tab there? Once I bottom this out, it catches that little tab. All right? So then we're gonna just simply thread this in here. Now, I could put a little dab of Loctite on there, but this is going in nice and tight. Feels good. And basically gonna get it in there until it's nice and flush. All right, maybe I'll go just a little bit more. All right, so there we go. And then that's installed. Simply unscrew it. There you go. So now my bolt will thread in here A-OK. All right, feels good. Let's get the head back on there and try to retorque this. Hopefully we save this hole. Whew. All right, we're coming around here. See, here we are at this bolt again. See if we get 65. Now for dramatic effect. I already did it. I'm just rechecking my torque now. But yeah, it torqued down to 65 foot-pounds. And yeah, they're all set here. I'm just double checking. And whoop whoop, we can move forward with assembly on this big block. All right, whew. I tell you, I'm out of breath. Turns out the other head had stripped out one too, and I had to take that head back off and put another insert in there. So at least I know that head's on there with 65 foot-pounds all the way around. Everything's been double checked. So now you see I got a little jar sitting there, and they've got the lifters in there. I'm gonna soak those in oil before I plop them down in their hole. What I'm using now are the Comp Cams tap DLC hydraulic flat tappet lifters. So these are part number 310103016. And what I like about this is you notice they're black on the face here. That's a DLC coating. You know what DLC stands for? Diamond-like coating. And that's just how hard it is. It's hard like a diamond. And that's what you want. You don't want these soft lifters. You don't want cam failure. You want this engine break-in to go as good as possible. Larry had bought some, he bought these a couple years ago. He had bought some regular Summit brand hydraulic lifters, and I just don't trust them. I know this is a good coating. This is the type of coating we would actually use on our faucets at mowing. It's a really cool process. You basically start with a chrome-plated part, and then you put it in this, I'll just call it a magic machine, and it ends up adding deposits onto the tips here and hardens them up. So this isn't a hardening event where we do a hardening and a heat quenching. This is actually a coating that they put on there. And I'm kind of sold on it because of what I saw in the faucet industry. And I'm glad they're using it in the automotive industry. So I'm gonna set this down in there, and I'm gonna let this soak overnight, get all the air bubbles out of there, and then we'll plop them down in there. I'll probably tape this off. I need to find the intake manifold. I think that might be over at Larry's, and I'll have to dig that out. Anyway, I want to get some paint on these heads before they start rusting or anything. You know, I don't want any flash rust. I just saw in here, Mike put mark on here. I can see it in a little, very faintly on the head. All right. Anyway, that's it for today. I got one more thing to show you over on this small block. Hang on, let me get this shot set. All right, there's our big block. We got her all together. Took the camera off the tripod. Boy, you can hear the ice melting today. Wow, wow, wow. It's like it's raining out there. So anyway, there you go. And then I wanted to show you this. This is a small block 302 that we've been working on. I can't remember if I posted any videos of this or not. I know I documented the whole build on this. It's very unique. 302 factory. I think they call them the DZ block, but it's very cool. We found a set of heads for it and got that all. Anyway, what I wanted to show you today are these headers. Mike found these on the scratch and dent sale at Summit, and yeah, I see some imperfections here and there, but they look pretty good. And we've been debating. I'm going to show you the other side here. Let me wheel around. I've been looking for a set of finned valve covers that already have the PCV valve on it, because the way this motor's set up, it needs venting on the valve covers, and these Edelbrock units don't have any venting, and I really don't want to machine them. So if I can find another set of these. I found one. There must be the other one out here in the shop. I don't know where it's at. But here's the headers on the other side, and it does, I want to show you, it has a port for an O2 sensor. Now, why am I talking about an O2 sensor? Well, here's my latest thought on this. This has got this Edelbrock SY1 intake, and you can see it's very, very unique. And from what I hear, the drivability wasn't so great on this intake manifold. And we've been thinking about putting a Holley Sniper unit on here to alleviate maybe some of the drivability, because the Holley Sniper 2 can basically, there's more ice falling off, can basically figure out what's going on with the engine and make its own adjustments. So I think that's what we're going to do. This motor is for the 68 Camaro, and it's kind of halfway together. And like I say, I'm waiting for that Camaro, Paul. And yeah, that's all I got. I'm out of breath, man. That was a lot of work today. Whew. We'll get this big block painted up, and we'll get back to work. See ya. Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage. See ya. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Put some comments down in the bleep bloop. It really helps out. Thank you.